20,000 animals call the aquarium home, and like any small town, problems arise. Problems that call for medical exploration or human intervention.
Over the course of a day, somebody might be having a baby, or somebody might have been in a fight, or somebody might be feeling sick, or somebody swallowed something they shouldn't have swallowed.
Dr. Charles Innes, one of 3 full-time veterinarians, and aquarist Sarah Tempesta prepare to treat a small epaulet shark.
I could tell that she was having some difficulty eating.
They suspect a developmental problem with the shark's jaw. To get a closer look, they first have to put her under anesthesia.
Truly aquatic things like fish have a whole different mechanism of breathing, and so for those, we generally dissolve anesthesia powder into the water that they're in. That makes them go to sleep as long as they stay in that drugged water.
Then into the X-ray.
We're going to zoom in and focus in on its head.
After confirming their inclination, it's time to wake the shark from its slumber.
Once she starts breathing this non-medicated water, she'll start to wake up on her own. And you can see she's still breathing, her gills are still moving.
A procedure that will make life easier for this little girl and her caretakers.
Now that we know that, I'm able to cater to her a little bit better. I feed her smaller pieces of food. She's trained to actually come up to a separate area by herself so she can eat without competition.
Every summer, turtles visit the shores of Cape Cod to feed. Come autumn, some find themselves stranded on the north side, unable to get out. When the water temperatures drop, they become hypothermic. If they're lucky, they wash ashore, find rescue and rehabilitation at the hands of vets at the aquarium.
Our sea turtle program has released somewhere now around 3,000 sea turtles back into the ocean that would have otherwise died. Knowing that over time we've contributed to survival of wild animals, but also the health of all the animals here is very rewarding.
90% of the rescued turtles are returned to their natural habitat, but 2 call the tank home, Retread and Carolina. Nursed back to health, but still in need of support.
For Carolina, she doesn't really forage for food like we would expect a wild sea turtle to. We think she may have had some neurological damage because she was so cold for so long. And Retread had frostbite on her eyes, so she's lost most, if not all, of her vision.
Dr. Innes cares for these animals with an expertise he says is constantly challenged, not only through treatments, but sometimes the logistics alone.
This is an electric eel, and so it's a good medical challenge when we have to do anything with them because they could electrocute us if we're not careful. And so we have ways of getting them out of the exhibit without really touching them, and then we anesthetize them. We put them in an acrylic tube, and we wear special Kevlar gloves so we can touch them, but it's always a little bit hairy when we have to work with this species. We are challenged by not knowing everything about everything, and so with hundreds of species here, there's no way that we can know everything about all of them. And so one of the challenges is taking what we know about more familiar species and extrapolating that to something like a sea urchin or a sea star or a lobster.
A lobster? You may remember Pinchy, the 2-tone lobster. She arrived at the New England Aquarium just in time for Halloween in 2012. Sometimes, though, it is more trick than treat.
When this lobster molted most recently, part of its shell was sort of sticking out to the side in a way that it shouldn't have been.
The solution, a first for the New England Aquarium. Stitches for a lobster.
Looks pretty good.
If you're wondering why suture a lobster when many people would just be happy to have them on their dinner plate, we get it. But the aquarium treats every living creature as if they were family. Their purpose is much larger than their individual life.
Over the course of time, we also discover new diseases, we discover new ways of treating problems, and that allows us to communicate those new bits of information with our colleagues around the world.
Every fall, aquarium staff as well as volunteers from the Mass Audubon Wellfleet Bay Wildlife Sanctuary walk miles of beach in search of stranded sea turtles. They are often discovered struggling with ailments such as hypothermia and shell fractures. As we mentioned earlier, thousands of turtles have been rehabilitated, including Kemp Ridley turtles, the most endangered sea turtle in the world. Coming up, from the aquarium walls to the open ocean.